So this is Nice TGIF official video AAR on Nice official YouTube, and do the one with 41,700 subscribers. Released 3 years ago, this song has had 73,000 views. Enjoy to be full there. Don't forget you're sitting to Sparkz Global. My name is Kenny Sparkz with double N, and I'm your humble host. One bit of me that you've actually not known, that has actually not come to your view and your ears a long time ago, is the fact that I'm also a professional nurse, a nurse, a male nurse. So some people call me nurses Moss. Whatever thing you want to call it, we are just two great men. Nurses, male nurses. Have you come across one of them before? Thumbs up to the male nurses. I know I'm not saying the female nurses are bad, but they are mothers. They are good, caring. And so today we will actually be talking about something that goes around nursing, policies that support surround nursing, or implementation of nursing rules and regulations. And most importantly, we have the chance of doing this today because we are no longer in Nigeria. And obviously, you expect me to bring you somebody that could actually talk about nursing to the best of his knowledge. Definitely, I've got you one. And so today, I bring to you screen. I bring to you screen today the MediaNurse.
Well, thank you so much for bringing me in on this platform. According to the song, every day we hustle.
Every day, yeah.
It's become a part of nurses. We hustle so that the money will be complete. But it's been funny. A lot of people are trying to achieve some things with the hustling and bustling, but the money is not yet complete. And the song says you still have to create time for your own enjoyment. You still have to create time for your own fun. You still have to create time to be entertained. You still have to create time for you as a nurse to be nursed, so that you don't just keep hustling and bustling without having the time to take care of yourself. My name is Ayodeji Owolabi. Many people call me the MediaNurse.
No, that is who you are, and that's the MediaNurse. The MediaNurse is here in the studio live today. I mean, if you know how far I've gone to get this man to be here today, definitely you will know that it's all about to go down when it comes to nursing. I mean, when it comes to Nigerian nursing, let me just say welcome to the show today.
Thank you for bringing me on board.
Yeah, so it's a different ball game entirely when the person you're seeing in the screen becomes a person you are sitting together in the studios together to talk about something that has to do with nursing. During the last maybe we should just take it from the scratch. So when we're talking about nurses on hair, this is a person in charge of the nurses on hair. It's the brain behind the nurses on hair. And I would like the viewers at home to get to know what brought about nurses on hair.
Okay. Over time, nurses have been known for their voices not to be heard. And most time we have this notion that nurses are not supposed to come on the screen. The nurses are not supposed to be involved in advertisement, to be involved in television programs, to be involved in things related to media. And after my nursing education, I had the opportunity of going for a media training, went to a media school. Apparently, on the day of my graduation, I met another nurse that also came to the same media school. And we graduated together, though we did not attend class together.
Okay.
He came for another batch, but they did the graduation for different batches together. So on the day of the graduation, he came and we started talking and said, you're a nurse, and we exchanged contact. On the long run, I was planning to do a program related to nursing and media, to feature nurses, to do things in the media space. In the course of trying to consult some people, and I was told there's also another nurse that is planning to do things in media. And we met, we virtually collaborated, and then Nurses on Air came to limelight. we had a lot of nurses that are also willing to do the same thing. So it is when you want to do something that you eventually notice that there are a lot of people that have also been looking for opportunity to do the same thing. They were just not so opportune to have maybe the right information, to have the right tool, to have the right training, or to have the right push. And when they see the fact that this is an organization that came on board, they came to the limelight and say, let's be a part of Nurses on Air. So Nurses on Air started with Josiah Jackson Okeshola, Prof. JJ, and I, when we met in media school, and then we'll eventually meet to have a program for nurses. And then we said, oh, why don't we create this brand to project the image of nurses, to be the voice of nurses, and be a broadcast platform. So for the first time, nurses in Africa have a platform where they could lay their voice to be heard, and that become the voice of nurses.
So definitely, Nurses on Air that we see in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, is actually the first of its kind in Africa, not only in Nigeria.
Not only in Nigeria.
Oh, that's a very brilliant stuff. So now, if I get from you what you've just said now, so Nurses on Air was a platform to give nurses a voice so that they can actually voice out their opinion. Was there any at any point in time a part of the laws, rules and regulation of nursing that has actually stated that nurses are not meant to be seen on social media, on the screen?
Okay, now this is one of the things that I believe was part of the orientation that nurses were given. I remember I was told the same thing when I was in nursing school, but apparently when we went back to check, it wasn't a written document. It was just a transferred knowledge. And the funniest part about transferred knowledge is once somebody say you can't do this, another set of person doesn't go back to find out why they just transferred that same knowledge without looking at what's the basis behind it. It's just like a set of monkeys that were thrown in a room, about 10 of them, and then they have a bunch of ripe banana on the top of a ladder, and then they told them, okay, you can go for the banana. And when they try to go for the banana, they pour water on them. All of them fall back because water was so cold. And then they removed 2 of the monkeys, introduced 2 new monkeys. The 2 new monkeys were like, what's wrong with all of you? This is banana now, and this is a ladder. Why are you guys not climbing? They've never experienced being poured water on. But because of the experience of those people that have been poured water, cold water, when they see that those 2 monkeys were trying to reach the ladder to get the banana, they drew them back. So those 2 monkeys that never experienced being poured water, but experienced being pulled back, joined those 10. They took another 2 sets. They introduced a new 2 sets. They tried to reach out to the banana. And those 2 new ones that never experienced being poured water joined the remaining that were there to pull them back and say, you're not supposed to go and get this banana. And the funniest thing, they removed the old 10 sets that have experienced being poured water, but brought a new set. But because the experience being pulled down, they don't know the reason why those ones were pulled down, and became an information that they keep transferring from one person to another, that you can't reach this banana. But none of them never thought of why can't we reach this banana. That was the same thing that happened with media and nursing. Nurses over time have had that information that you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. But they never asked the reason why. They never get to know, was there any written law against nurses doing that? So when we came on board, we changed the status quo, and we find out, we even went to the board chairman of nursing. I was like, there used to be something like that, but nothing written. So then we changed the status quo in 2016.
Thank you very much, MediaNurse. Over time, people have always believed that he that wants to do what other persons has not done before must be willing to encounter the challenge that other persons have not encountered before. Whereas being the first media media outfit for nurses, not only in Nigeria but in Africa.
Okay.
Obviously, you must have faced a lot of challenges. Kini, would you like to share some of part of these challenges that you faced while you in your quest to making sure that nurses' voice is being heard?
All right. One of the things that was a major challenge for us, the fact that you're doing something new for the first time, you're changing the narrative, and in changing the narrative in an environment where they are not used to something, it's going to be a bit difficult. At first, we had the challenge of convincing some of the nursing leaders to be part of it, and later when they became part of it, one thing in media is that media is capital intensive.
Yeah.
For you to set up this studio, as much you can't even think of how much you've invested into setting this up.
That's correct.
Now imagine nurses with the peanuts they are being paid, with the orientation that they had with media. They don't have much interest in doing that media projection based on what they've had. The interest in investing into making their voice being heard was down at first. So we had to do that convincing, reaching out to different people. Then we have very limited fund. Apparently, we were so fortunate to have Pinnacle Health Radio.
Oh,
They gave us that platform free of charge. We
Wow.
did not pay a dime
Wow.
to host our show on Pinnacle.
Wow.
When we wanted to start audiovisual, that was where we got to know that, we don't have money to finance this. And audiovisual is more than capital intensive.
Definitely.
For you to get camera, to get the set design, for you to get your lights, for you to get your equipment, to have a director on board, to have audio sound guys, to have the editor editing just one episode.
Wow.
It's quite a lot. And we tried to get fund, but unfortunately we're not able to get enough, and that was one of the reasons we couldn't push through some of the projects we wanted to do to project media in nursing. And then we started getting a lot of feedback on so you think you can change things in nursing, you think you can do this. We had a lot of pullback from people that are leaders that we thought would be able to support us. And at a point when we were having those pushback, we met with someone and the person was like, see, we won't advise you to keep staying in this country because you'll be wasting your energy. So if you want to change things, it's better you leave the country, make it enough to be able to finance this project, because it's a project that people will accept globally. But if you're able to leave the country and you have enough finance, you won't be looking up to anybody to do this. You have enough to do what you want to do. So those were the things we went back and said, okay, apparently it's because we're looking up to nurses to believe that this is a platform, this is their own platform. And then because of that, we had a bit of limitation because we're focusing on nurses alone. If we had thought of that okay, instead of focusing on nurses, let's focus on the public and health.
Yeah,
that would have been a big break for
yeah.
us. But because we're focusing on nurses, we're so passionate about nurses and the challenges of nurses, it really drained us a lot, and we couldn't get the feedback from which we were expecting. So that was why we pulled back a bit and said, okay, let's pay ourselves, let's have the financial capacity to do things ourselves, and then we'll be able to pull through.
So thank you very much. So when did Nurses on Here, when did it started? Where is it now? And what is the plan? What is there any plan for you to continue? What is it doing now as we speak?
Okay, we started in 2016.
Okay.
Our first show, we launched it on October 1st, 2016. And afterwards, we did another project, Generation Next Talent, which was the first talent hunt for nurses across the country. We had people that came from different part of Nigeria to Benue State. To Lagos State. We had somebody from Benue State, somebody from Imo State, somebody from Benin City came to Lagos, and we launched them in Lagos for some days. We were able to get some nurses to show forth their talent.
That must be a whole lot to get that
it was a whole lot.
Must be.
We had some support from some nursing institution. Kudos to Lagos University Teaching Hospital, School of Nursing, the principal then, Mrs. Adetunji, and a lot of nurses that supported us. We had nurses coming on board Luth gave us the accommodation to accommodate nurses. They gave us the all to use, and we're glad we're able to put that through. Afterwards, we're able to get nurses on board to show for their talents in different platforms that we have. We have some nurses that are interested. In fact, one of us started the radio program afterwards in Kebbi State.
Wow.
From,
as a profession.
Wow. And then we're able to have nurses. From there, it gave me opportunity to start media production. The media production has taken me to the US for documentary shoots, like twice.
Wow.
The media production, I've been able to document.
Those that has to do with nursing as well. I mean,
Yeah.
The media, the documentary went to shoot in US.
Was on nursing.
In nursing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the media part production has helped me to be able to pull through, has helped some of us to be able to achieve some things. And thank God we took the advice of leaving the country to get things established, because you can easily make those money you need to finance the media project if you're not in the country. As making some funds in the country that time was a bit difficult, but apparently right now, I won't say we're on hibernation, because we're coming back in full force because now we're getting the fund, we're harnessing the fund to project what we can do as a project. But at the moment, we are still on hibernation till we come back in full force.
All right. Before we continue with the interview, just quickly let you guys know, those are in Elisha and its environment. And in Elisha inter-school debate quizzing competition will be coming up. That is the first of its kind. The first edition will be happening, and it's actually courtesy Olabanji Joel Orolubagwe initiative. And for this kind of competition, obviously. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm actually trying to rush everything because we actually left with a couple of minutes. So for in this competition, your school stand a chance of winning ₦1 million. ₦1 million. So the first position is actually going with 200,000. Second position is 120,000, and third position is 80,000. That is for the essay writing. Now, when you're talking about debate winners prize, the first position will be going on with 300,000, second position with 200,000, and third position with 100,000. So, for proprietors, for school owners, of principals in Elisha and its environment, it's just a token to just get yourself registered, your school registered. If you're so proud of your school, you can actually get yourself into this debate and quiz competition, and it's just a means of empowering and raising leaders in Elisha. Starting from Ocean State, I want to believe Joel Olabanjo Orolubagwe is actually from Elisha, so obviously he's starting from home, so which of course is very, very important. So principals of schools, proprietors of schools, get yourself to register. It's just 20,000 naira to get it all. The flyer is actually on there, just flying there. You can actually contact those people that are there to get your own form. And don't forget, the deadline for these is actually Saturday, the 6th of April 2024. So the earlier you go, the better for you, and the earlier you start preparing your students for that competition. Thank you very much, MediaNurse, for staying with us all through till now. Thank you for the insightful messages that you've actually shared, and I'm very sure for those people that have actually been listening to us, you definitely have gained grabbed something. You need to think outside the box as a nurse, and like the MediaNurse has said, thinking outside the box has actually taken them out of the shores of Nigeria to US twice to go and shoot. So for some of you, let me just take this to just quickly encourage you. For some of you that are actually praying for destiny helpers to locate you, the question is, what have you got for your destiny helpers to see you? Because definitely you have to have something before the destiny helper will locate you. Yeah. So you should definitely have something. So obviously they faced a lot of challenges, and that's part of what is actually said. I know tonight will not be or this afternoon, morning, wherever you listen to us from, would not be enough time for us to exhaust all these parts that we're actually going to talk, because I'm very sure, I believe when next we call on you, we'll definitely be here, because definitely we are now here together, we are stuck together. So one important thing that the MediaNurse has said is nurses on here is on hibernation now. It doesn't mean that it's gone down. It's definitely coming back powerfully and strongly. Let's quickly talk about the issue rocking the NMCN. recently. I know you were on TVC a couple of months ago talking about things that surround the verification time, and also brain drain they're talking about in Nigeria. I know definitely there's nothing like brain drain in Nigeria, in all fairness, if you have to be sincere, because we have a lot of people, a lot of professionals that are actually being produced in Nigeria. So obviously we have a lot of them. It's only that Nigeria is not taking care of its own, so to say. So I know you had a stand, and I know how you were here in the UK, and actually you are mobilizing people in Nigeria. I mean, you got to be very powerful to actually do that, in all fairness. Because at times I wonder, what is your take on that? Now they've actually seemingly reversed it, but then it's now being put on hold. What is your take as well on that? Quickly.
Well, I think the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria need to be true to themselves and not allow themselves to be used. We all understand that this has a political undertone, and this goes beyond what is being said. It's just that saying, Ayodeji, can you verify that this is your wristwatch? And I have to say, I need to go and meet someone outside to verify that this, or it needs to take like 2 years for me to verify that I own this wristwatch, or for me to verify that the same thing that I issued, I have the database on my platform, that I have to take a while for it to be done. This is something that can be done automatically. Nursing and Midwifery Council have they have the database. I remember talking to someone in the council, and I was asking the person, why can't we make this automatic on the platform, where you can just impute the person's PIN and it gives you the biodata. The person said, if they do that, then people will not be paying for it, and it's going to be free. But they have the resources to make it possible within 5 minutes.
So definitely doing that is actually intentional. It's just
so
means
they have
we
the
call that
resources.
extortion of people that have actually been in that school? Because obviously I know that nursing student pays through their nostrils to actually do nursing in Nigeria.
So they see it as the fact that at the point the government is not financing the council, so they're looking for that means of income to finance the council. So people are not even bothered about paying that 68,000 naira. People are concerned about the speed of getting it done, and now they are reducing the speed. They are reducing what it takes for you to be able to have access to it. They are also reducing the kind of nurse that will have access to it, and then the timeline is getting too long. So they are so intentional about this. They have the resources to verify a nurse immediately. I can confirm that they have the resources. They have the resources to make things work. Let me give you a scenario. With nurses in the UK, when you request for verification from UK, you can send a link to Nursing Council.
That's correct.
Now, that link is supposed to be clicked by them. They input the information and submit the link. But Nursing Council, that is when you pay for their own verification for you, them to do it for you. But Nursing Council said, we are not going to click link. We are going to download it, print the link, print the form that is on the link, fill it.
That's like going back to 10
and then
years
send it back as a mail. So, but NMC UK will say, okay, if they have to send it back as a mail, for them to be sorting out mails, it may take like 15 working days. So, but they don't care about that 15 working days. They are concerned about the fact they don't care how long it takes. So, instead of just clicking on the link and then submit, do you know that same Nursing Council, if you know somebody there, or you're able to pay somebody there, they will use that same link
and do it as fast. So some people now pay extra. People have to pay extra to just.
So it's something that they know what they are doing. They are being intentional about being used to make that work. So
thank you very much, MediaNurse, for the information you've actually provided for us. I know definitely, like we were actually saying before, is the fact that people had to now pay extra to get things, to fast track things, which of course I think it's not really too good enough. Although it creates a means of livelihood for other persons, but that being said, it's still the fact that it's wrong does not make it right in any way, in all its shade. But now they open the verification portal for a little while, and recently what I've just heard is that some people have actually paid. Some people have paid for the verification.
Yeah.
Only to hear that the National Assembly is specifically the House of Representatives will actually ruled that they need to close down the verification. And I was wondering, I said, what are we doing? What is really happening?
All right. They already sent a letter to them to audit and make sure they don't go with the new guideline, but they still went ahead. After that, they closed it and said it's based on the National Assembly, and now the case is also in the court.
Okay. So what is the case in the court? Which case is in the court?
Now the case is that some nurses outside Nigeria, because this is not only going to affect nurses in Nigeria.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's also affecting every nurse that's outside Nigeria that is
well.
also a Nigerian nurse.
Yeah.
Now, the things that Nursing Council are citing as the reason is not the reason. It's something we all know.
Okay.
Now, they are deciding to say, okay, let's take this issue to court so that it doesn't be as if we're just lobbying, and nothing is being done. So let the courts of law rule against this to understand that this is against our human rights.
Okay, so
this is an infringement into our rights.
It's the students, or professionals that are involved,
professionals
that are taking the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria to the court to actually get ruling in their favor. If I'm correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I want to just clarify to our listeners out there that actually listening to us, to just let them know that this case is still in court, and of course, maybe just continue to see what you're saying.
Now, with the hope that once we understand, but the lawyer for the Nursing and Midwifery Council said they just got the letter and it's going to take them some time to respond. So that's why they requested for it to be adjourned. And at the moment, it's been adjourned to, I think, the 20th of May for the hearing, so that we can have an hearing in the courts around this.
So does that mean that the verification process will have to be on hold till that time?
Okay. Now, the verification was on hold because the House of Reps said they gave them 3 weeks to have a review. So it's on hold based on the directive of the House of Representatives, not based on the court case.
On the court case, okay.
Yeah. So after, because it's also written on their website that is based on directive of the House of Representatives. Apparently, we hope things is being sorted from the House of Representatives. So if it's been sorted from the House of Representatives, then the court case will be withdrawn.
Okay. Before we quickly, we are not going. This is not going to be the end, anyways. We're going to just tie it down because of our time. That's actually that is against us. But before we go, for those people that live in Wolverhampton, United Kingdom, a good opportunity has come for you, and that is the Miyot Buka. For those people for Nigerian, for Africans that want to have a taste of African African dishes, so to say. Talk of amala, ewagoy, dundu, akara, and pap, shawarma, boli. That is roasted plantain and lots more. You can now. You've got the Miyot Buka now open in Wolverhampton. They are located at 17th King Street, Wolverhampton, and the postcode is WV1 1ST. So you can, for inquiry, the number you can actually contact on there is 0771 505 5994 0771 505 5994, and that is that for you. For those of you that want to enjoy the African recipes, you don't want to miss out on these. So no point of you saying you're missing home because you don't have a food to eat. You've got it here, right here. And I want to say a very big thank you to the MediaNurse for actually coming on the board today to be our guest. It's really a privilege. I have to be sincere. And funny enough, when the Nurses on Here started, that was when Sparkling Light also in School of Nursing, which teaches started as well. And so you've said some very, very important point, which of course I want to just put across to you, our viewers today. Whatever thing is coming to your mind to do, don't hesitate to do it. Every risk is worth taking. And of course, definitely you're going to face it. You're going to face the challenges. Don't brace up. Don't brace up for a smooth sail. Brace up for a very rough, and of course a hard one at the MediaNurse. And I can tell you for a fact that we'll be having the MediaNurse every time. On a regular basis. Anytime he's around. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you for having me.
What do you have to tell people? The young nurses out there that are still in school, what do you have what do you have for them as an encouragement?
Okay, what I would say is nursing is a profession with a lot of possibilities. You can't just be bottled into the profession alone. Explore a lot of opportunities that are available to you as a nurse. It goes beyond you just being a nurse. It gives you various opportunities to be who you are in nursing and not just nursing alone.
Thank you very much. I know I can thank you on behalf of the team and myself, eMergence and all the team of SparkZ Global United Kingdom Wolverhampton. We're saying a very big thank you for coming today, and of course we are very sure that I've said that earlier anyways. If we invite you next time, definitely you will come, because now we are now families here. So
hopefully I will have the Nigeria recipe from that book.
Yes, definitely you will definitely have it. So and you can as well sponsor a school to just go for the debate competition for the quiz and debate competition in Nigeria as well. Okay. So we'll come your way again. Don't forget, my name is eMergence with double N, and like I did mention, like I've always said, dreams always do come true.